Hello, second violins in 6th grade. This is Mr. D here with your promise tutorial on your part. I have this violin here, very fine specimen of the school instruments. It has tapes. My own violin doesn't have tapes, that's why I'm not using it. This one has first finger tape, third finger tape, fourth finger tape. This is another position tape. So your part is pretty consistent throughout. There isn't really a cluster of really hard parts. So I'm just going to take it step by step from the beginning, and I'm going to work on it in sections. So just find the section that you need to work on and rewind it and repeat it as many times as you need to get it correct. In the beginning, we have established that we have a high 3. So when I see a lot of the students in the class play high 3, their high 3 is just a little bit above the third tape, and that's simply not enough. You really have to stretch that finger to be in between the third and the fourth finger tape. And if you look, it might be misleading, but it is actually looks closer to the fourth finger tape than the third finger tape. That's because the finger is sideways. The truth is that the finger is right in the middle within those tapes, but if you put it just on top of the third finger tape, that's not going to be enough. And so in the beginning, you start with the 1 and high 3. Okay, as you saw, I really sped up the bow on that last note. But I didn't hold the note longer. I just sped the bow and I returned immediately for number 6. So watch it again. Okay, so you wanna practice. You want to practice that so you're able to get there. So 6, it's on the G string, high 2. Make sure that you notice how I'm taking the retakes. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Now H3, that's a high 3, I'm at 14, okay? So right at 14. 2, I'm using 4. You can use open string here. Notice at 22, I switched the rhythm. That was 31. See that note with the dash? So 30, right there at the beginning of the line. I took 2 up bows. Watch it again. Now normal. See that natural at 32? You have to move the finger. A low 2. And that was 40. Notice how each pattern I took the bow and it restarted an up bow. I'm going to start again at 30, the beginning of the line. 30. Rest, move, low. Okay, continuing with 40. Down, down, down. There are two down bows right when you are about to switch into 50. Okay, so the beginning of that line, make sure that 48 is, and that last B, it has an accent and a dot, so it's a strong decisive B. As you're finishing, you have to kind of like flare it up, and then 50 and 1. Okay, so just make sure that you count 1, 2, 1. Excuse me, I need to turn the page. So the last note of that page is A. So continuing from there, low to, right there where it says H3, it's a high 3, but I have mentioned that you can play low 4, especially if you have a smaller hand. So right there at the beginning of the page, so whether you play it with a high 3 or a low 4 is just a question of comfort. Okay, now 59. This is the part that you probably need to practice the most, that half of the page. I'm gonna do it slowly. A, 1, 2, 2. Move to a low, back, move. Okay, look at it again. Now in tempo. Okay, now 67. You have to make sure that you're counting the rests. So those 67, measure 67 and every other measure, they come on an offbeat. So it's 1. Remember, I told you that you can use a low 4 instead of high 3. So low, low A, 1 normal. See, I'm using right here for. Now low 2, low 1, low 2, 3. Again, you can use low 4. Or you can use 4 for A. But you have to make sure that you stretch for the tape, or you can play open string. And then again, low 1. Another low 4 perhaps. Okay, now I'm going to start again at 67. I'm going to do it without talking, but watch and make sure that you hear if you are playing on pitch or not. 1, 2, rest. Low 2, low, low, normal. Low. Okay, now I'm going to start from 59 with pickup, and I'm going to play it in tempo. And if you are able to play it, great. If you are not able to play all the notes in tune, then you need to go back, review, rewind, and practice again, and try it after you've done practicing once more. Ready? 1, 2, 1. you see I'm using my fourth finger. I could insist that you use fourth finger, but if you want to use your fourth finger for the C sharp, then it's going to make it clear that the C sharp is 4 and the C natural is 3. So 79. Now low 1. Now this run is a little bit difficult, partly because your third finger is during the run is a normal 3, but ends up on a high 3. If you want, you can slide 4 back, or you can slide 3 up, but it has to be the right note. So I recommend that you split it in 2 different parts, and I usually use the recipe 4 plus 1, so 4 notes plus 1. I keep it, and then okay, and then once you're done, you can do it fast. You might want to practice for finger independence, okay? Then you add it together and you can okay, this is it. Good luck practicing.